If there's one thing I wish I could have done the past 4 years of my life, it's not giving up on my passion. I used to have this passion for making videos. Okay, I used to make vlogs on TikTok, and within like the span of a month of me making vlogs on TikTok, I gained 2,000 followers on TikTok. And my goal at the time was to take this whole like making videos to the next level because it's the only thing that I really enjoyed doing. At that time, I went through a lot of family problems. And when I would make videos, I would feel happy. Like it's the only thing that truly kept me up. It's the only thing that kept me excited throughout my day because I would wake up and I would face problems, but this one thing would make me happy. It would tell me, listen, there's something to be excited about. Get up, film, plan. And I used to like tell my friends and call up my friends and be like, what are we doing today? I want to film vlogs. I want to plan out segments. I want to film as much as I can to upload a TikTok at least once a day. And my friends used to love it. I used to have all my friends together, and every time we went out, I would always pull up my phone and I would record stuff. It was my passion because one, I loved doing it, and two, it's the only thing that kept me happy, and three, I had a lot of problems at the time, and this passion was the one thing that gave me hope in life. And when I gained 2,000 followers within the span of a month, I was like, this is it. This is my calling in life. This is what I have to do to live a better life. I could make a living out of this. I see myself doing this for the next God knows how many years. This is my future. But then something happened, which kind of put me off track. One morning I wake up, and at that time I didn't have Wi-Fi at my house. So I would either use my father's hotspot or I would go in front of my friend's house to edit videos to use his Wi-Fi. And this day I decided to stay home and wait for my father to come back home from work so I could use his hotspot to edit videos and I upload a video. And next thing I know, I have my stepmother come in and knock on my bedroom door. I open the door, and then next thing I know, she looks at me dead in the eyes and goes, "Your father just got arrested." Really? And here's the thing. When I heard that he got arrested, it wasn't like that this will be a week or 2 week thing and then he'll be out. No, I knew that the moment he got arrested, that this is game over. Like it's not gonna, it's gonna be a long time till I see him again. And because of that incident, I completely let go of that dream. And I was forced to move back in with my mother and brother because, of course, my stepmom cannot take care of me and we didn't have any money. So me moving back in with my mom, far away from all my friends, I had no choice but to let go of my dream. Could I eventually pursue it again in the future? Maybe. I don't know. Only time will tell. But when I moved back in with my mom and brother, I didn't know what to do. I no longer had a passion to follow. It's like I had to start back from ground zero, but this time I had to work. Because again, when you follow your passion, you don't feel like working, you're just doing stuff. And that's something that I absolutely love doing because I'm like, if I can just keep doing what I love most and eventually get paid for it, because I knew I could get paid for it, then there won't be such thing as hustling. But when I was forced to move back in with my mom and brother, I had to figure out another path because I had to make money. I had to build a future for myself. I had to figure out a plan. I had to think and worry to get things together. And what I did was I decided to see what other people online were telling me to do. Because of course, social media has an effect on people's minds. When you go online, you see people living luxurious lifestyles and they tell you, you need to start X business. This is how you make money. This is how you can build a good future. Passion is not the key to living a good life. You should never follow your passion. You should never follow what you love. Hustle, grind, hustle, grind. You have to do what you hate most. And I'm like, okay, maybe this is how I'm gonna build a future for myself. And I decided to start a business to kind of get my life together, figure out a way to make money. And I started that business because that's what I was programmed to believe. I was programmed to believe that this is the best way to live a good life. This is how you create a beautiful life. This is how you become successful. This is how you make money. And I started the business out of desperation. And this is something that I never really had to go through. This was like the first time I was desperate for something. Prior to that, everything was just like in the flow. I was in the flow and I made videos and I saw a future ahead of me. But when circumstances punched me in the face, I had to figure out another path. And when I started out that business, things went very hard for me for 6 months. Like I never really saw any results until on the 7th month, I finally hit my breakthrough. And I made good money. It was $14,000. Now, the thing is, I didn't really like that business. I hated it. So what I did was I decided to shut down that business because it didn't feel natural to me. Now, some people may say that this is a stupid decision, and some people may respect the decision. I wanted to figure out how I'm gonna build a good future for myself, but at the same time, I wanna do something that I love. I wanted to focus on myself. I wanted to get back my spark. Of course, till now, I still don't have that spark. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But the reason why I'm making this is because you need to figure out a way to never let go of that spark. If you have a passion of any kind, never let go of it, despite what circumstances may look like. Maybe it will take some time to figure things out, or some time to make it work, but you should never let it go, because you will end up in my position where you will eventually let outer opinions on social media shape your life, shape your belief systems. And this is not how you should live life. If you love doing something, do it. And if circumstances are not really making it easier for you, figure out another way to make it work, but in a different way. You know what I mean? So let's say now I'm making this video for you. The reason why I'm making it, because I want to push out my message, and I love making videos. So sure, I'm not making vlogs, and sure, I'm not posting these funny stuff that I used to do on TikTok. By the way, I still have my TikTok page. It's just, if you go back to my page, you probably will not find anything. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to do something that resonates with what I used to do, so that eventually I get to do what I love doing most. I saw this interview with a guy called David Dobrik. If you don't know who he is, he's this famous YouTuber who made a lot of money and amassed tens of millions of followers on social media just by posting vlogs on YouTube. And I saw this interview with him where he was saying that his biggest blessing in life was not being forced to work. He said that he never really had to work to get where he is today, to achieve what he has achieved. And that got me thinking, maybe following one's passion is the key to living a good life. And sure, sometimes circumstances may come at us and tell us that, no, you should figure out another path, but you lose the battle, you lose the game of life the moment you let your circumstances make your passion go away. Circumstances should never define the way a person should live life. You know, although sure, you could try to figure out another path if circumstances never align, but you should never let go of your passion. Tell yourself that in the future, I'm going to get to do what I love doing most, and I'm going to work towards achieving that. So what I'm doing now is that I'm running a business. You know, I help people with anxiety, and the reason for that business is that I get to support my family, especially my father. I support him through his legal lawsuits. I put my brother in school. I support my mother in all that she needs. And I use that business as a way to keep moving forward in life. So then eventually I get to do what I used to love doing most, which is making videos. And I'm making a little bit of progress. Like, I'm making this for you. You know, we're having this chit chat where I'm telling you about my thoughts when it comes to passion. But my goal with this is to make sure that I keep helping enough people so I get to progress in life, because my motto is you get what you give. So if I'm doing what I love doing while making sure that I'm helping people in the process, eventually in the future, I could get back to making videos. And every night I try to tell myself, is it gonna happen? Will I get to that point? And I try to lie to myself and kind of just convince myself that I know I will eventually get to do what I love doing most, because it's the only thing that kept me happy. So with all that yapping that I'm doing, I want you to know that your passion could be the key to living a good life. And you should never, ever let it go. Because the moment you let it go is the moment you lose the game of life, is the moment you lose your spark, is the moment you deny your soul's purpose and you let your mind get in the way. You let outer opinions and outer circumstances get in the way. You should never let outer reality shape your life. You are the master of your own destiny. And if things happen outside of you that you cannot control, let it be. Accept it. Do not try to fight it, but do not let that shape your beliefs. Sure, try to figure out another path in life to build a life for yourself. But at the same time, that passion that's in the back of your head, you should never let it go, because you have no idea how far you could go if you kept your passion alive. You have no idea what you could be, who you could be, if you never let your passion go. You have no idea what you could achieve if you never let your passion go. If you love doing arts, do arts. Paint, post on TikTok, share your life story. If you love making videos, make more videos. Add your creativity in it, show your spirit in it. If you love writing books, write books and promote them on TikTok, promote them on Instagram. Do what you love doing most. If you love sports, do sports. Who is the world to tell you that you shouldn't do something? Do not let your parents get in the way. Do not let your government get in the way. Do not let your limitations get in the way, because again, nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. If we live in a universe that, according to the law of nature, shouldn't exist, then that should be proof that anything is possible. And for me, I wish I had never let go of my passion, because for sometime it kind of dawned on me that I am not really in the best mood. And I wasn't really in the best mood because I didn't have something to do, something good to follow. And I always strived to get back to that position. And I'm taking small steps to get there, like making this for you, because again, I'm making videos. Of course, they're not entertaining, but it's somewhat educational. I'm giving out my thoughts, and it may not be the best conversation, but I know that the more I keep doing this, talking to you, the more I get my spark back. I feel like it's coming to me. I feel like I'm building that fire within me again to make more videos. And maybe in the future, I will go and make vlogs again, show my life, show how far I've come, show how I support my father and my mother and my brother on a day-to-day basis, show how much I make on a day-to-day basis, show much how I love the world and how excitement, how many things are exciting that I get to experience on a day-to-day basis. But in the current moment, I don't have anything exciting to share. That's why I don't really make any vlogs. Like, most of my life is just work, make money, support my father, and just repeat the cycle until I finally hit what I'm trying to achieve in life. I'm trying to manifest a better life, and I feel like I'm getting there. I feel like it's happening. I feel like it's near. So know this: the more you follow your passion and let go of outside opinion, the better your life gets. But if you do the opposite, the harder your life gets. I wish I followed the advice that guy David Dobrik preached online, that it's never hard work. It's never work when you do what you love. And there's something beautiful about it. There's two sides of social media. There's the side that tells you should never do what you love because it's not going to get you anywhere. And there's the side that tells you do what you love. And I used to be on the first side of like, you should always hustle. But now I'm getting to understand more and more that it's never about hustling and it's never about grinding, because that's how you create battles in your life. That's how you create battles in your mind. And if you want to let go of those battles, just stop worrying and begin doing what you love doing most, because that's when things flow easier. Because at that point, you're not letting your heart be compressed and sabotaged with the mind's limitations, and instead you're letting it be opened to receive all that's good, all that's abundant, all that's prosperous. You should always allow your heart to receive and express itself, and the only way you get to do that is by following your passion, because your passion is the key to living a better life. Never tell yourself that maybe this is not for me, or maybe this will not work, or maybe this is too good to be true. Nothing is ever too good to be true. Everything can be achieved as long as you see it in your mind and you feel it in your heart and it gives you excitement and you feel the joy when you see it in your mind. Then it's meant for you. All of it is meant for you. All that's good is meant for you. As long as it excites your heart and you see it in your mind, it is meant for you. What you love doing most is meant to give you all that's great. What you love doing most is the key to unlocking all the abundance that life has to give. What you love doing most is how you live a happy life, is how you prosper in life, is how you never sabotage your mental health or your physical health. It's how you achieve great heights in this life. I'm telling you, when I went from 0 to 2,000 followers in a single month when I posted on TikTok, making videos that I love doing, I saw a path in front of me that most people from where I come from would say is absolutely nothing but utter fantasy. But I let it go. I let it go because I was like, what can I do now? I need to figure out something. I need to plan something out. I need to hustle. I need to grind. I need to, win my place in the sun. I need to figure out how I'm going to prosper in life. And the moment I let the mind get in the way of what the heart wants, I began to create battles for myself. I began to worry every single day, cry almost every single day, and not really live a fulfilling life. Now, could have I avoided most of that suffering? Sure, with mental discipline. But when I was forced to let go of my dreams because of because of course, when you have a father figure, it's good because you always have someone to depend on to build a good future. And when I lost that, it felt like game over to me, which is why, father figures are very important, because they pave the path for their children. And for me, when I saw him just kind of go away, that path was gone ultimately. And it meant that if I want to achieve that and get to where I want to be in life, I need to build the path on my own, which sure is something that's very good for anybody, but it gets very harder because now you have to be strategic so you don't fall in a pit. And if you're in a position in life where you have good parents to provide for you and you have a good job, do your passion on the side and never let it go. But if everything is going sideways in your life and you don't really have parents to take care of you and you have to figure everything out on your own, sure, find other ways to make a living, but never make that opinion that you gain from social media to be your main cause of living. Don't make it your main goal in life. Like, do something to get money, get a job or start a business, whatever it is you have to do. Do it to begin being a little bit comfortable in life, where you have food on the table, lights on, a roof above your head, making sure that everything is good. But also at the same time, tell yourself that I'm never letting go of my passion. And each step that I take in life will be done for the sake of me finally at some point getting to do what I love doing most and making that my entire living. Make every single action that you take to be made only for the sake of you eventually getting to do what you love doing most. Never let go of what you love, because it's the key to a happy life, like I mentioned. And don't be like me. Don't let your circumstances get in the way. Sure, you can figure out another path, but never let your dream die. Never let it go, because you will lose your spark and you will have to go through a lot of mental battles to get that back up again. And it's currently what I'm going through. I run a good business where I am making good money for my family, and I got my father out of jail, and I'm trying to keep him out of jail, and I'm funding all his lawyers, and I'm putting my brother in school, and I'm taking my mother on shopping sprees almost every single week. But at the end of the day, there's something inside of me that yearns for more. Not in the sake of like achieving more in life, but it yearns for something that's comforting and something that's exciting. Like, I don't get excited anymore when I make money. Like, I just make money. Like, what's the point of it if I'm not going to benefit from it? It's been 2 years since I got anything for myself. Most of my money goes to my family, and it's for a big reason. And there's nothing which I can do about it. And I think my soul at the moment yearns for that spark that it used to have, that spark of excitement. I used to plan my videos right before I went to bed, and I used to edit everything on CapCut. I used to do something that I love doing, and it put a smile on my face. I would just pick up my phone, press record, and then edit later. Like, I didn't really care about what I filmed. I just filmed everything, every moment with my friends. I filmed it. And then when I would go home, I would ask my father for his hotspot, and I would just open CapCut, edit, and do that for hours and hours and hours. And the next day, I would get back to filming and post a video. It's a cycle that most people call like hard work, but for me, it was pure passion. And I wish I could get back to that point, because it's when I was the most happy. Sure, things behind the scenes were bad. Like, everything was bad. We didn't have food. We couldn't afford anything. But by me making videos and doing what I love doing most, I was at my happiest place in life, mentally. So this is your invitation to know that if you can see in your mind and feel it in your heart, it's meant for you. If it excites you, it's meant for you. If it gets you up in the morning, it holds great treasure for you. And you should never, ever let it go. Because if you try to plan everything out based on what social media or what most people tell you, you will create suffering in life. And if there's one thing you should know, is that the soul is not meant to go through battles. It's not meant for that. The only reason you get to experience suffering in your life is because your mind gets in the way and it starts to overanalyze everything. With the moment I got to overanalyze everything is the moment I began to create battles for myself. And I don't want you to go through the same thing, because I went through a spiritual journey where I realized that if I want to get back to that point of being peaceful and happy with myself, I need to change my mind. And I know most of us go through battles because of the circumstances that are imposed on us, but there's always ways to heal it. And the more we take action in life to heal the mind and condition the mind for safety and peace and help it let it go of limitations, the more we let the heart be able to receive more. Because I want you to understand something, that the heart is actually more powerful than the mind. It's way more powerful than the mind. The mind can see a vision, but only the heart can attract it, which is why I went from 0 to 2,000 followers in a single month. And the reason why I got to that point was because I felt it in my heart and I allowed it to come into my life. There wasn't any limitations in my mind. It wasn't thinking or worrying or crying or sadness. The heart was just open to receive. But eventually, as things kept getting worse and worse, the mind got in the way, and it kind of put a barrier between the heart and joy and abundance and happiness and, excitement and prosperity. Put a barrier between the heart and all of that because the mind got in the way. And now I'm in a process of healing the mind. And despite of the progress that I achieve, despite of the videos that I make, I am still a student of life. Like, I'm not a master of anything. I'm still learning every single day how to overcome the mind, because it's a battle that takes a lifetime to master. And if you master the mind and you allow the heart to receive, and you allow the heart to be full of love and full of excitement, oh boy, your life will be so great. your life will be so great. You should just honestly start today, work on your mind, let your heart receive, tell yourself that whatever goes on in my life is not going to affect me because I am the master of my own destiny. You build your own life and you choose how things turn out in your life. If things outside of you happen, let it happen. Don't give it too much attention. Do not try to fight with it, because the moment you fight with it is the moment you create chaos. And the best way to let go of chaos is by conditioning the mind to stop getting in the way, to let go of importance, to let go of fighting. Most of our sufferings is created in the mind. And the more we create suffering in our mind, the bigger the barrier gets between our heart and what is good that life has to offer. So to remove that barrier and allow yourself to receive all that is good and allow your passion to flourish and bring you what you want and even more, you need to condition the mind and change the old programmings, change the limiting beliefs, and reprogram the body to feel good and to be good so it's able to attract good. The life that we're trying to achieve, the things that we're trying to get, is only one mental change away. And if you let go of the mind and you tell the mind to just be put on the side for a second and you become the observer of your thoughts and feelings instead of the reactor or the identifier, the more you can just stay focused on your passion and let your passion grow and flourish in life. You are meant for all that is good because God did not create you to go through sufferings. Trust me. He created you so you can live life to the fullest, but you should never let yourself get in the way. And you should never let outer circumstances shape how you think and how you feel. God wants the best for you because God wants to see you happy. God wants to see you succeed. God wants to see you flourish in what makes your soul excited, but you should get out of the way so you can let God do all that's magical and have you prosper in life. If you don't know who I am, after all that chit chat that I just made, my name is Yusuf. And for the past 4 years, I've been running a business to support my family and support myself to build a happy future. And I want to share my journey with you. I want to share my thoughts with you. I mainly talk about manifestation stuff. I could go a little bit off topic if you want me to. Again, you can just always comment down below anything that you want me to talk about, anything that you want me to address, share your story. I also have a Patreon. It's free. You don't have to buy anything. It's free Patreon. Down below, you can join and you can leave your thoughts over there. Tell me exactly what questions you want me to answer. Connect with me because I am more than happy to see how I can help you grow in life so then I always get to also grow in life. This life is just nothing but an exchange of value. And if I'm of value to you, then I could also grow and prosper in life. So please let me know how I can benefit you the most. Let me know if you want me to talk about certain topics. And all I ask from you is just to leave a sub, leave a like. That's all I ask from you. And remember, you are one decision away. You are one mental decision away to finally begin to flourish in life.